may be seated. Good afternoon and welcome to today's ceremony where we will honor the class of 2024 graduates. I am Margaret Chadwell, your Dean of Students. It is my pleasure to preside over the medical school's 156th commencement ceremony. We are delighted to have you here in person or joining us virtually from near and far. It is very fitting that today we are coming to you from the Renaissance City in this magnificent Detroit landmark. Isn't that beautiful? To celebrate a time of rebirth, yes, and new beginnings. 4 years ago, this class began their medical education in the heart of the pandemic. And today, we launched this resilient and very historic class of 2024 Wayne Warrior MDs. We will begin today's ceremony with a welcoming from Governor Basuito. Dr. Michael Basuito is a member of the Wayne State University Board of Governors and a 1981 graduate of the Wayne State University School of Medicine. He has dedicated his life to serving his profession and training future physicians, both in research and in teaching medical students and surgical residents. He has been active in philanthropy for causes he supports, including the Wayne State School of Medicine. Dr. Basuito has performed thousands of charitable surgical procedures on children around the world through Operation Kindness, a charitable surgical organization he co-founded. Operation Kindness provides surgical services to infants and children who live in areas lacking the expertise to treat deformities, including cleft lip and palate deformities. Dr. Basuito and his team have been performing these surgeries for more than 25 years, and they donate their time, their services, and supplies free of charge. He is a true role model, exemplifying the Wayne Warrior MD spirit and a tireless and effective champion for our school. Please welcome Governor Basuito.
Now you all know when I graduated, you know how old I am now. Good afternoon and congratulations to our class of 2024 graduates, your families, and all who supported you in reaching this achievement. 43 years ago, I sat where you are today, and now I have the privilege and honor to represent the Wayne State University Board of Governors on this joyous occasion. I would like to introduce another member of the Board of Governors who's here today to help us celebrate. Would you please stand, my dear friend, Governor Mark Gaffney. To earn an MD degree, it takes a great amount of work and dedication. Can I see a show of hands if you feel like it also involved a tremendous amount of sacrifice and suffering? Any hands out there? It reminds me of a lecture I attended in Italy on what grapes make the best wine. They are the grapes that in the daytime are subjected to severe heat to a point just short of dehydration, but they don't die. At night, they are subjected to severe cold to a point just short of freezing, but they don't die. The vintner's lesson was to explain that the grapes that make the best wine are those that suffer the most. You were blessed to have one of the finest medical school faculties in the country mentor you through the challenges of medical school. You don't know it yet, and I speak from many years of personal experience, but when you begin the next stage of your education, you will be in the top tier of best prepared medical students for entering residencies. The Board of Governors is very proud of our faculty, staff, and administration for their part in your success. Many of them are on the stage. Please give them a hand. The challenges that you face will be much different than what those of us up here faced. The doubling time of medical knowledge in 1950 was 50 years. In 1981, when I graduated, when I sat where you are, it was 7 years. In 2010, it was 3.5 years, and in 2020, it was 73 days. I cannot even venture to guess what the impact of artificial intelligence will be. Let me end by starting with the beginning. After the Civil War, five physicians who returned to Detroit felt they need to teach their profession so that our injured Civil War soldiers would receive proper care. They leased a couple rooms in the north section of Harper Hospital where they held classes. In 1868, it became the Detroit Medical College that evolved into the Wayne State University School of Medicine that subsequently led to the founding of Wayne State University. Since 1868, our school and its graduates have responded to every crisis faced by our country. Most recently, our School of Medicine, including you students, led the charge in mitigating the COVID pandemic with our mobile health units. Today, you become the professional offspring of those 5 Civil War physicians. Continue in the Wayne tradition and welcome to the family. Once again, congratulations from the Board of Governors. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor Brasuito. I would like to introduce other important members of our university community who took time from their busy schedules to celebrate with us. Will members of the Board of Governors, President's Cabinet, Council of Deans, chairs, and department faculty from the School of Medicine please rise and be acknowledged? Thank you. Thank you for being here today. And I know we have many faculty and other very important, everybody's important in your education. So thank you all for being here. It is now with great pleasure that I introduce Wayne State University Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Lori Clabo.
Thank you, Dr. Chadwell, and good afternoon. On behalf of President Espy and the entire Wayne State University community, it is my pleasure to welcome you to this celebration for the School of Medicine Class of 2024. Today marks a significant milestone as our newest School of Medicine graduates formally step into the ranks of distinguished citizens and professionals. Graduates, the importance of what you do, the lives that you will impact, and the service you will provide to individuals, families, and communities, often during some of the most vulnerable times of their lives, is indeed a weighty responsibility. But we are confident that you have been exceptionally prepared by our talented faculty and staff for the challenges, the opportunities, and the responsibilities that lie ahead. As others have said, since 1868, Wayne State University has graduated a diverse group of physicians and biomedical scientists who enter the medical profession prepared to transform the promise of health equity into reality for all. Today, we call upon each of you to remain continuously curious and committed to adapt to the evolving health needs of our community and indeed of the world around us. And now it's your turn and your responsibility to be lifelong learners, to demonstrate genuine compassion, and to bring to the medical field a commitment toward providing wellness for all. A devotion to medicine reflects a deep sense of calling. For each of you earning a degree today, your mission transcends a job or a career. In fact, you are being called to be champions and guardians of healthy and prosperous societies. I ask you today to always remember that in your daily practice, you do not care for pathology or for disease. You provide care for people, for members of families, for citizens of our community who live lives that extend well beyond a diagnosis. Your impact on those lives will be far greater than you can even begin to imagine. Always remember, please, to bring your authentic presence and your commitment to each and every encounter, no matter how seemingly small, to every individual entrusted to your care. And may the profound privilege of serving both your profession and your community always resonate within you. Your accomplishments are a testament to your dedication and your perseverance. Stay connected with our Wayne State community as you pursue our shared passion of health and wellness for all. Thank you and congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Provost Clavel. Our next speaker is Dr. Weil Sacker, the Dean of Wayne State University School of Medicine. Dr. Sacker became the Dean of the Wayne State University School of Medicine in 2022, having served as the Chair of Pathology at the school since 2008. Dr. Sacker is a nationally recognized academic pathologist with a track record of independent and collaborative National Institutes of Health funding and with seminal contributions in the field of genitourinary neoplasia, prostate cancer in particular. He participated in numerous clinical trials as an expert pathologist, evaluating morphologic and molecular changes and expression profiling as markers for cancer diagnosis and prognosis. Dr. Sacker is a passionate medical educator who has organized and lectured in numerous institutional, regional, national, and international educational and training seminars with emphasis on the integrated and multidisciplinary aspects of diagnosis and management. Over his 3 decades as a faculty, he has been an active participant in the teaching and mentoring of medical students, residents, and fellows. He has also assumed leadership roles in professional and community-based organizations, including the National Arab American Medical Association and the Arab Community Center for Economic and Social Services. Dean Sacker indeed has a long history of clinical excellence, community leadership, and an unwavering commitment to our medical school. Please welcome Dean Sacker.
Thank you, Dr. Chadwell, and good afternoon. Allow me, please, to start by welcoming the family members and friends of our class of 2024. Your support for our doctors-to-be early this afternoon have helped supporting them, guiding them, and being there for them during challenging journey. To our graduate, on behalf of the School of Medicine, faculty, staff, and administrators, I offer our sincerest gratulation on your completion of this magnificent achievement. We could not be prouder of you at this moment. I remember with great admiration and with true gratitude my interactions with you as the class who moved into year 2 at the time, from joining the school at the height of the COVID pandemic. Your insight into the number of important issues facing the school has been invaluable. The numerous hours I enjoyed spending with you as individuals, students' organizations, and your elected leadership, one of the most talented, diverse, and dedicated group, have set the tone for my interactions with students of the school at large, your seniors, and now certainly everybody is your junior. You've been tested with the rigorous demand of joining your higher education in 2021 during COVID. I think all of us are confident, and I hope you share this. These challenges and difficulties, you will find that they'll make you stronger human beings and certainly better doctors. I would like to invite all of us to take a minute to think about this notion. The person who would be bestowing your degree in the name of the university is a nationally recognized authority in her field as a doctor of nursing and also a higher education leader. The person who will be delivering the keynote address is a brilliant scientist who is not practicing clinical medicine, but his contributions and discoveries stand to have a great impact towards a better understanding of patients' management and indeed outcome. During your hospital rotations, you witnessed firsthand the irreplaceable interactions between physicians, nurses, physician's assistants, pharmacists, a whole spectrum of healthcare professionals in delivering better care for each and every patient and for the system at large. And by the way, during these clinical rotations, you continue Wayne State medical students to receive the highest feedback among any other medical school student rotating in all the major health systems around us. The message is that interprofessional education, training, and practice is both essential and necessary for optimal healthcare delivery. Today, you become the next generations of a legacy of 156 years. You are the newest layer of the unshakable foundation. You are living examples of the dedicated and caring physician we educate and train. I am certain that you will enhance this reputation as you develop your own brilliant futures. You belong to an outstanding medical school, but also to a great university whose urban and global contributions in many fields have been enormous. Central to the mission is addressing the crucial challenges our communities face. Health disparities front and center. We salute your commitment to relentlessly work towards the elimination of these disparities. Embrace diversity, embrace camaraderie, embrace your alma mater, Wayne State University Medical School. 2024 graduate of the Wayne State University Medical School, go and change the world.
Thank you, Dean Sacker. Now it gives me great pleasure to welcome Dr. Rebecca Klisch-Halbert, President of the Medical Alumni Association and a four-time graduate of Wayne State University. Not only did she earn her undergrad and medical degrees from Wayne State, she also completed her residency and fellowship training at Wayne. Dr. Klisch-Halbert is an assistant professor in the Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Neurosciences, program director for child and adolescent psychiatry for the DMC Wayne State program, and a true Wayne State Warrior MD. Please give a very warm welcome to Dr. Klisch-Halbert.
Thank you, Dr. Chadwell. Good afternoon. On behalf of the Medical Alumni Association, I have the honor and privilege of welcoming you, the extraordinary class of 2024, into our alumni family. You truly are extraordinary. Your entry into medical school during an unprecedented global pandemic was nothing short of historic, marking the beginning of an educational experience that would be unlike any other. Your class's journey was marked by unforeseen challenges and a rapidly changing landscape. You embarked on your medical education at a time when the world seemed to stand still and yet within the confines of uncertainty, you thrived. The resilience, adaptability, and sheer determination that you've shown in the face of adversity are commendable. These qualities will be invaluable as you step into the medical field prepared to make a difference. I'm impressed, but not surprised, by your achievements. For more than 155 years, the Wayne State University School of Medicine has trained its students to be gritty leaders, and the class of 2024 did not disappoint. You rose to the challenges of the pandemic, and we know you will continue forging ahead, leading and caring for patients regardless of race, religion, gender, sexual orientation, or ability to pay. Over the last 4 years, School of Medicine alumni have generously and graciously supported you with their time, expertise, and money. As graduates, it's now your turn to be there for the next generation of students, providing counsel, support, guidance as they progress through their medical education. Soon, you will be role models and mentors for future alums, and we trust that you will embrace and honor that responsibility just as those who came before you did. On behalf of our more than 26,000 Wayne State University School of Medicine alumni worldwide, we wish you great success and welcome you as colleagues. Congratulations, class of 2024. The future of medicine is brighter because of you.
Thank you. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Bana Jena. Professor Jena is the George E. Palade University Professor and Distinguished Professor of Physiology at Wayne State University School of Medicine. He began his academic career at Yale University School of Medicine and moved to Wayne State in 2000 as professor, and in 2004 was named Distinguished Professor and George E. Palade University Professor. He is only one of 2 academicians with that very high distinction in Wayne State University's 155-year history. Professor Jena discovered a new cellular structure, the porosome, the cellular nanomachine involved in a multitude of vital physiologic processes, such as secretion of insulin for glucose homeostasis, enabling cell-cell communication in the brain for sensory perceptions, thought and memory, or the release of digestive enzymes to help sustain life. The porosome discovery is now discussed in premier medical textbooks and followed at many leading institutions, including Harvard, Yale, and most notably Wayne State University. In recent years, the porosome discovery has been translated to treat many debilitating diseases resulting from secretory deficits, among them cystic fibrosis, type 1 diabetes, neurological disorders, and certain cancers. Professor Jena is the author of 6 books and over 200 scientific papers. For his pioneering discovery and associated scientific contributions, he is the recipient of numerous awards and honors, including the recent 2024 Lipid Science Prize from Lund, Sweden, the Distinguished Scientist Award from the Society for Experimental Biology and Medicine, and the Halim Distinguished Award in 2002, together with Professor Ahmed Zewail, the 1999 Nobel Laureate in Chemistry. He is a foreign member of several international scientific academies and 6 honorary doctorate degrees, including 1 in medicine awarded jointly with 2 Nobel laureates, Professor George E. Palade in 1974 and Professor Günter Blobel in 1999. And he told me last night at dinner that that very special regalia that he's wearing today is symbolic of that shared distinction. For all of these achievements, Professor Jena has been referred to as the father of the field of nanocell biology. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Jena.
Thank you, Dr. Chadwell, for your warm and kind introduction. Provost Clable, governors of the board, Dean Sucker, faculty, alumni, students, families, and friends, good afternoon. Congratulations, class of 2024, warrior doctors. Wow. You realize the exhilaration being felt by the 38 trillion cells that compose each one of you. The cell-to-cell communication through the porosome on the information generated by 6 feet of DNA in each of your cells, when linearly arranged end to end, would span more than 60 times the 93 million miles between the sun and the earth. You realize that the 15 nanometer sized porosome, 1,500 of which can fit the thickness of your hair, is mediating communication between the million miles of neurons in your brain for thought, memory, creativity. Truly magical. I'm truly honored to be here this afternoon as we celebrate this momentous milestone in your life's journey. Through your dedication, determination, and diligence, and the encouragement, nurture, and support of your family, friends, and mentors, you have prepared yourself to enter into your next new role as passionate, dedicated healthcare providers. Class of 2024 Warrior Doctors, this is a very special year for you. You are among the first graduating class in more than 155 years history of your school to be led by a woman president who, besides her leadership, excellence, is a highly accomplished scholar and a dean who has and continues to make exemplary contributions in medicine and healthcare. As you may be aware, our School of Medicine has produced many distinguished alumni and has been the home for many innovations and pioneering scientific contributions and medical breakthroughs. Among them, the use of the first mechanical heart pump for open heart surgery by Dr. Forrest Dewey Dodrill in 1952, to the isolation and characterization of various clotting factors like prothrombin, antithrombin factor V in the 60s and 70s by Professor Walter H. Seegers, and the role of glucagon on insulin secretion by Professor Purifoy, both in the Department of Physiology. You graduates will inherit this proud legacy. So, as I reflect on this memorable occasion, I'm reminded of a story of my own imagination. While receiving my doctoral degree nearly 40 years ago, many centuries in the past, on the day of coronation of this very illustrious king, then a 20-year-old prince turns to his mentor sitting next to him and remarks, "Sir, I feel a bit uncertain of leaving you. Now that I will be king, who will I turn to for guidance?" The teacher replied, "Your Highness, you have your entire subjects to learn from and to guide you. I too have learned from you. I've learned to raise a king." So, class of 2024 Warrior Doctors, the school too has been greatly enriched by you. You have endured the once-in-a-century pandemic with great courage. You have brilliantly navigated through your academic program and leveraged these challenging circumstances to bring out the best in you. You have learned to think critically and to care with compassion and humility. You are an asset to humanity. Among your many areas of study, You have explored health disparities and documented the treatment of patients during the COVID pandemic, both locally, nationally, and globally. You have been exposed to and witnessed firsthand the role played by basic research, such as mRNA biology, in accelerating vaccine development. The utilization of gene editing technologies and stem cell-based therapies in treating a wide range of debilitating diseases. You have been exposed to the role of machine learning and AI in disease diagnosis and drug development. So, as you go forward, you ask yourself, with all the challenges facing medical and healthcare and the rapid development and availability of new drugs and therapies, how do I channel my accumulated knowledge and experience in making meaningful and tangible contributions to human health and well-being as I go forward? How can I help? You need to be critically aware that there exists a big time gap between new and novel technologies, inventions, and discoveries made and their application in medicine. The presence of messenger RNA was hypothesized and confirmed by the collective efforts of Jacques Monod, Francois Jacob, and Francois Gros of the Institute of Pasteur in Paris in 1961. Since then, although our knowledge of mRNA has been the foundation of molecular biology, its utilization in therapeutics, such as vaccine development, is very recent. It took nearly 60 years to translate the mRNA discovery to develop vaccines to combat COVID-19 pandemic. In contrast to a decade that is required to develop a conventional vaccine, the mRNA vaccine development was completed in a record time of just 4 months, considerably reducing hospitalization and saving millions of lives. Similarly, it took nearly 30 years for our prosome discovery to be translated. It became increasingly clear to me that if inventions and discoveries are not translated, the accumulated knowledge would simply remain in textbooks or notebooks. And therefore, I feel extremely fortunate when some leading entrepreneurs and business leaders were able to recognize the power and scope of the prosome discovery that has now led to the pathway to a cure for many debilitating diseases, including cystic fibrosis, diabetes, Alzheimer's, some certain cancers, and various circulatory disorders. Take cystic fibrosis, for example. Cystic fibrosis is a rare disease, as you are aware, resulting in mutations in the cystic fibrosis transmembrane conducting gene that codes for a chloride channel. And as you all may be aware, in CF, highly viscous mucus is secreted in the airways, preventing their clearance, leading to lung infections and respiratory failure. A major challenge in treating CF patients has been the presence of more than 2,000 different mutations in the CF gene. The CFTR protein is among the 34 proteins composing the 100 nanometer porosome secretory machinery in the human airways epithelia involved in mucin secretion. It turns out that the mutations of the CFTR protein also impacts and affects other proteins within the porosome complex, resulting in altered mucus secretion, and therefore correcting the CFTR protein alone, which has been done for the last 35 years, is not adequate in fully restoring normal mucus secretion in CF. And therefore, incorporation of the normal porosome into cells, plasma membrane of disease cell airways restores normal mucus secretion to overcome the disease, and for the first time providing a pathway to a cure for CF. Many of you have asked if AI will replace you. My answer is no, impossible. Did the invention of the camera decommission artists? No. The camera or the AI are simply tools resulting from human ingenuity. They are devoid of consciousness, of a sense of being, of compassion or creativity. They simply serve as a great source of information, not inspiration, and therefore can only help in disease diagnosis, not its treatment. The ultimate decision in the diagnosis and treatment relies on you and your creative thought, combined with your care and compassion in you. So, warrior doctors, venture out there with confidence and treat one patient at a time with great care and compassion. Go out there and explore to bring new medicines and therapies to humanity. Remember, never stop dreaming and make learning addictive and a lifelong passion. Make good on your victories and learn from your failures, for this will bring great satisfaction, joy, and peace in your life. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Jenner, for your inspiring remarks on this very special occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, now the most solemn moment of commencement, the presentation of the candidates and the conferral of the degrees by the provost. Candidates of the class of 2024, please rise. Provost Clabo and Dean Sacher, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Medicine, I have the honor of presenting these candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine. Provost Clabo.
Candidates, the authority to confer each of these degrees is vested by the people of the state of Michigan under the Constitution of the state in the Board of Governors of Wayne State University, and by the Board of Governors, it is delegated to me. Each of these degrees is granted upon the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Medicine. And so, today, at this moment, I am proud to confer upon each of you the degree of Doctor of Medicine for which the faculty has recommended you. And I admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of that degree. Congratulations, doctors. Please be seated.
We will now perform the ceremonial hooding of the graduates of the class of 2024 of the Wayne State University School of Medicine. The hood is part of the academic regalia that was originally designed as a head covering to keep heads warm in cold and unheated buildings. It dates back to the medieval days of some of the oldest universities in the world. Today, hoods are the most expressive part of the academic regalia. They indicate not only the field of study, which has been completed, but also the degree and the institution's colors. The hood with green velvet running along a black background represents the academic color of medicine, and the yellow and green silk colors represent Wayne State University. Dr. Wainio, Assistant Dean for Student Affairs, will begin by reading the names of the candidates. She will read the names of all graduates, regardless of their attendance here today. Then Dr. Richard Baker, Senior Vice Dean and Vice Dean of Medical Education, and Dr. Kevin Sprague, Associate Dean of Admissions, will begin hooding the graduates. And Dean Sacher will congratulate the graduates while handing them their diploma. A professional photographer will photograph each graduate on stage. The auditorium aisles and stage front must be kept clear during the ceremony to permit the graduates to pass. So we ask that you hold also that your collective applause for all graduates so that we can hear each name very clearly until the end. Thank you.
Elizabeth Cody. Pooja Palamaresetti. Andrew Abdallah. Justina Abdallah. Farag Abed. Bowen Angela Absher. Maha Ahmed. Maham Ahmed. Muhammad Ahmed. Yasmin El Qadre. Tala Al Sagir. Suma Al Zuhaili. Gregory Andrianov. Kamel Ayoun. Sarah Armitage. Brandon Askar. Clara Paparad Stezar Atleski. Ahmed Ayantayo. Esther Bay. David Bai. Maya Bayasi. Mark Baker. Arvind Balasundaram. Keshwar Bazith. Sarah Battiston. Scott Bond. Matthew Botisom. Sabrina Bernardo. Alex Bernholtz. Kiernan Bloy. Harika Bolineni. Daniel Boda. Margaret Bovey. Miles Bowerman. Salar Brico. Spencer Brown. Zachary Buxo. Samuel Kane. Arnulfo Mauricio Cazares. Ahmed Shaban. Gauri Chandrasekhar. Anirudh Shatale. Sikander Chauhan. Emily Chow. Joshua Cronus. Amelia Clementi. Samantha Cohen. Jasmine Coles. Connor Cook. Kaius Koretsky. Robert De La Torre. Shivans Desai. Ian Detroyer. Aya Dudar. Sebastian Duncan. Michael Durgam. Kaylee Lene Edwards. Ahmed Elatma. Neda Alewa. Kareem Alhaj. Hassan El Shabini. Sarah Faruqi. Sydney Farrington. Joseph Files. Emily Fisher. Ashley Francis. Katerina Furman. Sahar Jalal. Noemi Gerg. Jay Garlapati. Luke Geierman. Jay Getzinger. Sanjana Ganshani. Kelsey Gachman. Sarah Gonzalez. Samantha Goodnow. Cole Goodman. Alyssa Goodwin. Aaron Greenberger. Caroline Grubbs. Devin Gupta. Trisha Gupte. Zoya Garam. Nina K.B. Gust. Yazid Walid Haddad. Kenna Hale. And Paige Hammis. Take a moment to switch. Miles Hardiman, Cullen Hartgrink, Nimra Hassan, Munir Hasso, Luz Heath, Anish Hare, Haley Heil, Marley Hewitt, Haley Hickman, Priscilla Holland, Benjamin Huber, Cullen Hudson, Arkham Hussein, David Quinn, Egosa Igbinobaro, Rosetta Irons, Suraj Jayapalli, Leah James, Zechariah Jean, Wendy Jin, Kendall Johnson, Jamil Joma, Belinda Joseph Benher, Mirna Kafarani, Ali Kadu, Jacob Kochman, Alyssa Kalsbeek, Anna Kang, Lauren Kazmika, Aisha Kazim, Cassandra Kyneth, Catherine Keith, Sarah Kelly. Caitlin Kerr. Alicia Kevelin. Zaina Corey. Sarah Isabel Kusa. John Kalka. Yusuf Kunji. Dana Labuda. Angie Lalo. Jessica Lee. Daniel Lenchner. Nyla Leonardi. Ellie Lewandowski. Elizabeth Lewis. Emily Liu. Anne Catherine Lutterlow. Syed Omar Mahmood. Usama Mahmood. Alexandra Munela. Ruchi Mongol. Pavitra Margabandhu. Robert Martin IV. Saad Masood. James Machinsky. Cynthia Matos Molina. Bowden Matsko. Margot Mekjan. Madison Mervis. Letitia Metsimgumsimo. Sam Mahalik. Hannah Malad. Turner Miller. Keenan Million. Mehnaz Muhammad. Ubada Mohideen. Jordan Molina. Rachel Monkandui. James Calvin Montgomery. Morgan Moody. Stephanie Morgan. Shravin Morissetti. Austin Muller. Griffin Murray. Cedric Mutabi. Riaz Nabi. Sammy Nassar. Alexis Wynn. Megan Nicholson. Ryan Nolan. Timothy Nold. Nolan O'Hara. Babak Osare. And Emily Otiso. Erica Ochi. Takahiro Ochi. Tristan Owen. Olivia Pakula. Aishwarya Panir Silvam. Bianca Parker. Dylan Patel. Mit Patel. Rohan Patel. Gautam Pawar. Ayana Peppers. Cameron Perez. Tyler Peterson. Alexandra Picardal. Erica Polanco. Aaron Prater. Austin Kasawa. Zoha Qureshi. Kodrat Radoyu. Ivan Rakish. Alex Ramirez. Rayanne Ramirez. Harry Ramos. Miranda Ratusnik. Farzad Razi. Riley Reed. Abigail Relich. Jonathan Rexroth. Darby Richards. Alexandra Rogers. Caitlin Ross. Allison Russo. Cameron Rubino. Thomas Russo. Abdullah Sayuni. Omar Saeed. Munvir Kaur Sandhu. Nikita Sathya Prakash. Tanha Shah. Jonathan Shakibku. Eric Sherman. Serena Simpson. Jasmine Scalawade. Jake Slominski. Thomas Spries Tellner. Zara Saraji. Sushila Sridhar. Antoinette Stewart. Noor Suleiman. Jennifer Sylvester. Emil Tadros. Anthony Talagan. Jessica Tan. Kalamelikat Taye. Charlotte Phil. Rohan Thomas. Bakit Tamani. Jacqueline Townsend. Matthew Raymond Trendowski. Niaz Uddin. Zachary Wayshampayan. Trey Van Aken. Thomas Vanderwood. Nolan Vora. Suzanne Wager. Shatha Wahbi. Madison Wong. Elizabeth Washnock Schmid. Aaron Weingarten. Samuel David Whiteson. Noah Welker. Kirk Williams. Jeff Wynn. Sophie Wittenberg. Mary Jo Wolfert. Latham Wino. Trevor Walterink. Benjamin Wright. Lauren Wiley. Nicole Shu. Kelly Young. Julia Yi. Maxwell Yoshida. Jonah Youssef. Ho Jun Yun. And Jessica Zhao.
Before we move forward in the program, there is one more member of the class of 2024 that we want to honor here today in memoriam. Anthony Shifor was at the end of his third year of medical school when he succumbed to an underlying chronic ailment. His tragic loss was one of the most difficult, I would say, periods we have faced as a school, and especially for you, his classmates, the MD class of 2024. Anthony was an exemplary student, at the top of his class academically, involved in student organizations, dedicated to research and preparing for application in his intended specialty of ophthalmology. As an international student during the pandemic, he crossed the Canadian border whenever possible to assist with vaccine clinics here in Detroit during the height of the surge. He was disciplined in both his physical and his spiritual life, exercising his body as well as his faith. Anthony took true joy in patient care, and he was a humble leader. His sudden passing challenged us to turn our why into asking what we could learn from his well-lived life that held such promise as a physician yet in training. A scripture from the Song of Psalms 90 verse 12 invites one last important lesson at the end of your journey here today. Teach us to number our days aright, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. May Anthony's life continually remind us to consider the best use of our God-given gifts and talents in selfless service to others and his greater purpose. To the Shifor family with us from afar, our deepest sympathy remains with you. As a token of our enduring bond with Anthony, we offer you this framed composite. You see it there, the class of 24, Anthony's on there, commemorating Anthony's place in this class of 2024. There's a silver first generation cord, and I probably might wear mine every year as well, commencement cord, and a lifetime membership that was gifted by the Alumni Association, signifying your family's connection to the School of Medicine community of physicians forever. And we offer this prayer that God, whose wisdom is beyond our understanding, be gracious to you and surround your mourning with his love, that you not be overwhelmed by your loss, but yet have confidence in God's goodness and new strength to meet the days to come. Now I would like to introduce Dr. Richard Baker, Senior Vice Dean and Vice Dean of Medical Education. Dr. Baker will administer the oath to the class. After the oath, please remain standing for your last class photo from Mr. Matt Guerin, who sent you a very nice message last night.
Thank you, Dr. Chadwell. Class of 2024, I invite you to stand and to repeat after me. And I invite all of my fellow physicians to also follow me with the oath, if they so choose to do so. I do solemnly swear by all that I hold most sacred, that according to my ability and judgment, I will in every particular keep this my oath and covenant. I pledge to dedicate myself to the service of humanity and to honor the noble traditions of the medical profession. To hold those who have taught me this art as equal to my parents and to live my life in partnership with them. To give to my teachers the respect and gratitude which is their due. To regard my colleagues equally with my brethren, and to teach this art by precept, by lecture, and by every other mode of instruction to those who practice the healing arts. As a physician, I will maintain the ultimate dignity of life while guiding its arrival, protecting its course, and easing its natural passage from this world. I will offer to those who seek my aid not only my knowledge and skills, but my warmth and compassion as well. Whatever in the lives of those I shall see or hear, either in my practice or outside of my practice, which should not be made public, this will I hold in silence, believing that such things should not be spoken. I will conduct myself with honesty and virtue, with conscience and dignity will I live my life and practice my art. In all circumstances, I will consider every individual as equal without regard to race, creed, or gender, refusing no one my help. I will abstain from every act of injustice and corruption. Above all, I will do no harm. I freely take this oath and will maintain the noble traditions of my profession, always tempering my science with the warmth and humility of the true physician. I freely take this oath and will maintain the noble traditions of my profession, always tempering my science with the warmth and humility of the true physician. If you haven't done already, flip those tassels and welcome to the family of medicine, class of 2024.
Now I would like to welcome to the stage Dr. Christopher Steffes, our Associate Dean of Clinical Education, and retired Colonel Arthur Eisenbrake, Clinical Associate Professor of Pathology.
Medical students during medical school are commissioned officers in the medical corps of their respective services, and in addition to full medical training at Wayne State School of Medicine, they complete military officer training and also train at military medical facilities. Upon completion of their MD degree, the officers are promoted to the rank of captain in the Army and Air Force and the equivalent lieutenant in the United States Navy. We now recognize this promotion. Lieutenant Benjamin Wright, U.S. Army, will complete his residency in emergency medicine at Madigan Army Medical Center in Tacoma, Washington. Lieutenant Samuel Kane, U.S. Air Force, will complete his residency in psychiatry at the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio. I now introduce Colonel Arthur Bradley Eisenbrake for the official promotion ceremony.
Thank you, Dr. Steffes. Will Second Lieutenant Kane and Second Lieutenant Wright and their family members please come forward? Right there, good. Accompanying Second Lieutenant Kane is his spouse, Calvin Jones, and his brother, Ben Kane. Accompanying Second Lieutenant Wright are his father, Lieutenant Colonel retired Randall White, and his mother, Donna Wright. I now call Lieutenant Kane forward to repeat his oath of office.
I, Samuel Kane, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter, so help me God.
Lieutenant Colonel Wright will administer the oath of office to Captain-Select Wright.
I, Benjamin Wright, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter, so help me God.
I now ask that all current members of the Armed Forces, the Uniformed Services of the United States, active and reserve, all the retired members and veterans of the Armed Forces of the United States, please stand. Please remain standing. Attention to orders. The President of the United States, acting upon the recommendation of the Secretary of the Air Force, has placed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, integrity, and abilities of Second Lieutenant Samuel Kane. In view of these special qualities and his demonstrated potential to serve in the higher grade, Second Lieutenant Kane is promoted to the grade of Captain, United States Air Force, effective the 6th day of June, 2024, by order of the Secretary of the Air Force. The President of the United States, acting upon the recommendation of the Secretary of the Army, has placed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, integrity, and abilities of Second Lieutenant Benjamin Wright. In view of these special qualities and his demonstrated potential to serve in the higher grade, Second Lieutenant Wright is promoted to the Captain, grade of Captain, United States Army, effective the 6th day of June, 2024, by order of the Secretary of the Army. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our newest members of the Medical Officers of the Armed Services of the United States of America. You may be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Eisenbrain, Dean Steffies, honored veterans, and all military represented here today for your service. I would now like to introduce Dr. Mirna Kafarani, President of the Executive Student Senate of the Class of 2024.
Hello, all. That was the first time anyone's called me Dr. Kafarani. Welcome to our honored graduates, their supportive friends and families, and our highly regarded administration and professors. COVID class, we did it. 4 years ago, COVID came. A lot of people quarantined, there were TikTok trends, but we got to work. Congratulations. I think we keep calling it unprecedented. Is that the word we're using? I remember the moment I got my acceptance into medical school. I got that beautiful email, "We are pleased to inform you." You guys know the one. I was in a conference room at Henry Ford Hospital. I was a researcher at a time, and I remember being in a multidisciplinary meeting with all types of doctors, a surgeon, a rheumatologist, infectious disease doc. And you see, my poker face isn't super, so they knew exactly what was going on. And they congratulated me and got to that question that young med students don't really like. So what are you gonna do now? What kind of doctor will you be? Doe-eyed, I looked at them and didn't want to disappoint any of my mentors. I let them know that I wasn't sure yet. But alas, I had a great boss, a medical director over there named Dr. William O'Neill. He put his hand on my shoulder and he said, "She's gonna make a god darn good doctor." He may have used some more colorful words. WSU-SOM, still a tongue twister, our now alma mater does certain things very well. And one of those things is teaching us how to be a good doctor. Schools of medicine across the US focus on this, but I think something that Wayne does is teach us what our why is, a concept not foreign to all of you sitting in front of me. It allows us to discover who we are and what we can individually bring to our professions. And that's why you guys are sitting in front of us today, going to your shiny new residency programs or brand new research gigs. We're so proud. Now I ask a different question though, our why we got down. Now it's who. We serve, that's our why. But who do we serve? Do we serve the little old lady with a pharmacy list as long as her forearm, or big pharma greed? Do we serve the Black mother that's come in who's been institutionally oppressed for so many years? Or do we serve the insurance company's bottom line? Are we here to work for the civilians around us, in our community, and our loved ones? Or is some guy in a mahogany office with a pinstripe suit? One physician who I believe exemplifies what it means to practice the who in mind is Dr. Hamam Allah, a 36-year-old doctor of internal medicine who was martyred at El Shifa Hospital in Gaza on November 13th, 2023. A few days before, he was asked in a televised interview as to why he would not leave this site knowing that it was for target for airstrike and ground strike. And he said, level-headed, easy peasy, "If I were to leave, who were there to take care of my patients? Who would take care of my patients?" He had the who in mind. In a world that seems to be built in the idea of pulling each other apart, let's let Dr. Allah's word remind us what we owe each other. A couple years ago, down the street, unsure where it was, we took an oath too, and there had a lot of C's: care, caution, commitment, compassion. Dr. Chadwell and Dr. Steffi's taught us all. Let's remember those as we move forward in our careers. To conclude, I'd like to share a quote from the father of medicine himself, Hippocrates. "Wherever the art of medicine is loved, so is the love of humanity." Congrats, class of 2024. I thank you for allowing me to serve 4 years on your student senate. It's been a pleasure to grow and train and see you all. Let's not become strangers. Now go out there and show the world what a darn good physician looks like. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kafrani. Remember, you are all Wayne trained. Before concluding the program, I would personally like to congratulate this special class on this really amazing accomplishment. We just couldn't be more proud of you and what you've stood through and endured and persevered and just rose above everything. And you're here today enjoying this great achievement. I would also like to thank my super dedicated staff for working behind the scenes. I can't say enough good things about them to make this a very happy and memorable day for you and your families on this very special occasion. It was a pleasure having you as our guests at the commencement, everyone that's here, both here and via live stream. Please remain in your seats until all the graduates have exited the auditorium so that everything's clear. Enjoy this beautiful day with your brand new doctor, and may you have a safe journey home. God bless you.